Jericho, the most fortified city in Canaan. Walls so thick that houses were built inside them. A city that had never fallen. A city that the entire ancient Near East believed was impregnable. And somewhere inside those walls, in a house built into the very fortifications designed to keep enemies out, lived a woman who was about to negotiate her way through the most dangerous situation any of our 5 women has faced. Her name was Rahab. And every time I mention her, I get the same response. Oh, the prostitute. As if that is the most important thing about her. As if that label is the full story. It is not even close to the full story. What Rahab did in the book of Joshua chapter 2 is one of the most sophisticated pieces of crisis negotiation in the entire Bible, and we are going to break it down move by move. Before we get to the negotiation itself, we need to understand who Rahab was and what she knew, because her negotiation was not improvised. It was built on a foundation of intelligence that she had been gathering for years. Rahab's house was built into the city wall. Her window faced outward, toward the desert, toward the world beyond Jericho. Strangers came to her house, travelers, merchants, people passing through. And Rahab listened. She heard things, she knew things. She had a more accurate picture of the geopolitical situation than most of the city's leadership. She knew about the Israelites. She knew about the Red Sea crossing 40 years earlier. She knew about the defeat of the Amorite kings Sihon and Og. She had been tracking this story, and she had drawn a conclusion that her own king had not yet publicly accepted. Jericho was going to fall. The Israelites were going to win. And she had decided, quietly and deliberately, where she was going to stand when that happened. Negotiation Principle 1. Know the landscape before you enter the room. Rahab did not walk into her negotiation blind. She walked in with 40 years of intelligence. Before your next high-stakes conversation, ask yourself, what do I actually know about the situation? What has been happening that I have been watching but not yet acted on? What conclusion have I already drawn that I have not yet committed to? Rahab had already committed. In her mind, the deal was already necessary before the spies ever knocked on her door. 2 Israelite spies enter Jericho. They are trying to be inconspicuous. They are failing. The king of Jericho already knows they are in the city, and somehow they end up at Rahab's house. Now, the text does not tell us exactly how they got there, but I want you to notice something. Rahab recognizes them immediately for what they are. She does not hesitate. She lets them in. She hides them under stalks of flax on her rooftop, and then the king's soldiers arrive at her door. This is the moment that separates Rahab from everyone else in Jericho. The moment the king's soldiers knock, every other person in that city would have handed the spies over. Not Rahab. She misdirects the soldiers with calm precision. She says, yes, the men came to me, but I did not know where they were from. And when it was time to close the gate at dark, they went out. I do not know where they went. Pursue them quickly. You can overtake them. The soldiers leave. They head toward the Jordan River. The gate closes behind them, and the spies are still on Rahab's rooftop. Negotiation Principle 2. Control the information. Rahab did not lie passively. She actively shaped the narrative. She gave the soldiers just enough truth, yes, the men came, and redirected their attention completely. She controlled what they knew, what they believed, and where they went. In any high-stakes negotiation, information is power. Not all information needs to be volunteered. What you choose to say and what you choose not to say can be the difference between a deal and a disaster. The soldiers are gone, the gate is closed, and now Rahab goes back to the rooftop. And this is where the negotiation begins in earnest. She opens with intelligence. She says, I know that the Lord has given you this land. Our hearts melted, and everyone's courage failed because of you. For the Lord your God is God in heaven, above, and on the earth below. She is not making small talk. She is demonstrating her value as a counterparty. She is showing the spies that she understands the situation completely. She knows who's going to win. She knows why. And she is telling them, I am not your enemy. I am someone who has already chosen your side. Negotiation principle 3, lead with intelligence. Demonstrate that you understand the situation before you make your ask. When you open a negotiation by showing the other party that you understand their position, their goals, and the landscape they are operating in, you immediately establish yourself as a serious counterparty. You are not a supplicant, you are a peer. And then Rahab makes her asks. And here's where extraordinary. She does not say, please save me. She does not say, I hope you will consider helping me. She says, now then, please swear to me by the Lord that you will show kindness to my family, because I have shown kindness to you. Give me a sure sign that you will spare the lives of my father and mother, my brothers and sisters, and all who belong to them. Negotiation principle 4, name your ask precisely. Vague asks get vague answers. Specific asks get binding commitments. Rahab does not ask for general goodwill. She asks for a sworn oath. She names every person she wants protected: father, mother, brothers, sisters, all who belong to them. She is building a contract, not making a plea. And the spies agree. Our lives for your lives. If you do not tell this business of ours, we will deal kindly and faithfully with you when the Lord gives us the land. She lowers the spies down through her window by a rope, and then she does something that I want you to think about carefully. She ties a scarlet cord in the window. The spies told her to do it. It is the signal. When the Israelites come, the house with the scarlet cord in the window will be spared. But think about what that cord is. It is a physical, visible, undeniable marker of the agreement. It is the contract made tangible. It is the deal made real. Negotiation principle 5, secure the signal. Make the agreement visible and enforceable. Rahab did not just take the spies at their word. She secured a physical token of the agreement, something that both parties could see, something that made the deal real and binding. In your negotiations, what is your scarlet cord? What is the written confirmation, the signed document, the follow-up email, the formal record that makes the agreement visible and enforceable? Rahab understood that a verbal agreement in a crisis is only as good as the evidence of it. She secured the signal, and then she waited. The Israelites marched around Jericho for 7 days. The walls fell, and Rahab's house, built into those very walls, was the only section that did not collapse. The spies came for her. They brought out Rahab and her father and mother and brothers and all who belonged to her. They kept the deal. Every term she had named, every person she had listed, all of them were saved. And the text says, she dwells in Israel to this day. She is listed in Hebrews chapter 11 alongside Abraham, Moses, and Gideon in the Hall of Faith, and she is in the genealogy of Jesus. The outsider, the woman defined by her profession, the woman who had every reason to be written out of the story. She is in the lineage of the Messiah because she knew how to negotiate. So here's the Rahab playbook. Move 1, read the landscape before the room. Know who is winning before you enter the negotiation. Move 2, commit before the outcome is certain. Rahab did not wait for Jericho to fall. She bet on it. Move 3, lead with intelligence. Open by demonstrating you understand the situation. Then, make your ask. Move 4, name your terms precisely. Not please help me, swear to me by the Lord. Specific, binding, enforceable. Move 5, secure the signal. Make the agreement visible. The scarlet cord was the contract made physical. Rahab did not survive Jericho by accident. She survived it by intelligence, preparation, and precision. She negotiated her way out of a city that was destroyed, and she did it with a rope, a cord, and 5 moves. If you have found this series valuable, subscribe to the Bible Wealth channel. Every week we go deeper into the hidden wisdom of Scripture, the wealth principles, the negotiation strategies, the power moves that are right there in the text, waiting to be found. The Bible Wealth channel. Wealth, wisdom, power, truth,